Hey friends, welcome to our fourth week for spring art class for our kindergarten, first and second grade students. Now, so far in our art class, we've learned about line, shape, pattern, texture, value a little bit. We've talked about going from dark to light, and space, which means we have some things that look like they're closer and some things that look like they're far away, right? Today, we are going to be talking about our last element of art, which is form. Form is any type of three-dimensional object. So instead of being a flat piece of paper like we've been using, we're going to be talking about real objects that have depth. That means you can grab them and turn them and look at them from different angles, right? So just like my little jewelry box has form, there's a top, there's a bottom, I can hold it in my hands. Normally, we would be using something like clay in the art room, but since things are really complicated right now, we're going to be using our imaginations to create some found object sculptures. A found object can be anything. It could be a toy, it could be a scrunchie, it could be a water bottle. What are some random objects you could use to make a sculpture? First, we are going to look at some artwork by some artists who use found objects to make sculptures. One of these artists is named Andy Goldsworthy. Andy Goldsworthy makes his art from things that he finds outside in nature. But often when he's building things, they don't stay there forever. And he knows that, and he's okay with that. So what he does is he'll make his sculpture and take a picture of it really fast before it falls down. And then he can share his pictures with people. Sometimes his sculptures stay there for a while so people can go and check them out later. Usually they fall apart really quickly. So he thinks his art is special because it doesn't last forever. Now here's some artwork by an artist I found on YouTube called Ishinish Art, who also makes lots of really cool found object sculptures. What kinds of objects do you see in these? I included a link to this video in Seesaw because it's super cool and I think you might enjoy seeing the whole thing. Sometimes when you're making a sculpture and you're using different things that you've found and you can't stick them together with glue, you have to practice really balancing them. And it takes a lot of concentration, but you guys can do it. All right, so what you're going to do when you're getting ready to make your found object sculpture is you are going to go on a scavenger hunt. That means you're going to go around your house or whatever place you live in and asking people's permission, find some interesting objects that you can use. I found some of my son's pants, a little hanger, some ice cubes, ooh, a little sock, some miscellaneous random trash. I found a piece of tissue paper, that might be fun, and a few other things. So let's see what I can make. If you have blocks, Legos, or Play-Doh even, those are great things to use. You can even ask one of your adults to go help you go online and make a salt dough recipe, which can be made with stuff that a lot of people have in their kitchens. There's lots of videos on YouTube, and you could use that to create a sculpture. also went outside to create a sculpture today because I thought that would be fun to get some fresh air. And just keep in mind, when you are creating your sculpture, think about getting things that are small, medium, and large, because that will help you to make your sculpture more interesting. Objectives. Number 1, I can ask an adult and find at least 5 small, medium, and large objects to make my sculpture. Number 2, I can balance my found objects on top of one another to create a sculpture that has form. That means it's 3-dimensional. Objetivos en español. Número 1. Yo puedo preguntarle a un adulto y encontrar al menos 5 objetos pequeños, medianos y grandes para hacer mi escultura. Número 2. Yo puedo equilibrar mis objetos encontrados uno encima del otro para crear una escultura que tenga forma. When you finish making your sculpture art, I would love it if you could show me a picture or a video on Seesaw. If you still don't know how to use Seesaw, make sure you ask me so I can show you how. That way, I can see your artwork and your whole class can too.